Well, what it do, comic bros? It's your boy, Dupa. And we back with another X-Men 97 recap. This is episode 3, y'all. Welcome to Power of Comics. We a small channel and we just trying to blow and meet some people we do not know, you heard? So without further ado, Maestro, drop that track. Episode 3 opens up with Jean Grey, the clone, reading the other Jean Grey mind. She is seeking who she is, where she has been, and most importantly, what the hell she wants. And how the hell did you get my face? Morph makes light of the situation by making a show of hands joke and transforming into the six-arm hottie Spiral from the Mojo universe. After multiple tests, Beast comes to the conclusion that the gene that's been there is the clone, and the one that showed up to the door, she the real thing, y'all. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Y'all know y'all love my singing. Stop playing. Clone Jean storms off into her room. Scott accompanies her, and she tells him, Storm would have believed me. Beast Tess won't change the fact that I am Nathan's mother. I held that baby for 9 months, you... She didn't say all that, but y'all know what I mean. After some banter between the two, Scott leaves. Then through the baby monitor, a dark voice can be heard. A very hideous voice with a monstrous tone. We recognize this voice as Mr. Sinister, and he starts to manipulate Clone Jean through mind control and tells Clone Jean that he can call her father, giving us the revelation that she is one of his creations. She tries to fight him on this, but succumbs to his program and proceeds to turn the X home into a real house of horrors, while proclaiming she is the one true Goblin Queen. Oh, you know it's about to go down now. We cut to Morph, Gambit, and Wolverine leaving the danger room. I guess Gambit gets the best of them, and this scene was one of the most funniest scenes, and it was good to see these guys bonding over the danger room. Gambit walks out and says, hey, I should have went easy on y'all, but the cards, they wild, y'all. They wild. And Morph, you know Morph, he's a straight clown. He touches like the, I would call it the scheduler on the danger room. So, and then he changes it saying, oh yeah, well, Rogue and Magneto's gonna be in here tomorrow. Rogue and Magneto's gonna be here the next day. Rogue and Magneto's gonna be here the day after that. And Rogue, and then he, and Gambit just gets mad and says, I'm gonna go find Rogue right now. Like, it was just good to see. It was funny, and I just really enjoyed that scene. Morph heads for the shower, and that's when the Goblin Queen's hallucinations start to take form, y'all. Elsewhere in the house, Jubilee and Sunspot sitting on the couch enjoying a movie. Y'all know what teenagers do. Y'all know what we did when we would watch our movies and stuff. We have a little popcorn, you know what I'm saying? Well, they got their little popcorn. They watching a movie. Then all of a sudden, the actors turn into real ucky things. I'm talking about they got tentacles. It looked like a squid mixed with an octopus mixed with a kraken. And it starts to crawl out the TV, y'all. And then the face morphs into Sunspot's mother. And she starts to crucify her son for lying to her about being a mutant. Next, Scott and Bishop head to Jean's room. And that's when their hallucination starts. All you see is a crazed Professor X. berating Cyclops about how he makes bad choices. He's a bad leader. As far as Bishop, that monster takes the face of his sister, and with sorrow in her eyes, she says, "You forgot about me. You left me." Because Bishop's in a different timeline, you know? Next, we cut to Gambit. And this one, y'all, this one was crazy. We cut to Gambit. And this one really tugged on your heartstrings, y'all. Because he opens the door to Rogue's room. And that's when he sees his share, his Monami, his love, his Rogue getting cozy with Magneto, y'all. I'm talking about Magneto, shirt off, pectoral muscles just bouncing. And Rogue is hugged up and she says, "I got me a real man, Remy. I got me a real man." Next, the X-Men all eventually end up in the living room. And that's when chaos, all hell breaks loose. The gates open because the floor caves in and they all take a one-way ride to hell, y'all. They literally start to fall into hell. The next thing you know, they're fighting flying demons and goons and goblins and all types of monsters. But this is when that saving grace comes and Bishop finally gets that moment that we all been waiting for, y'all. He tells Cyclops calmly, "Hit me." Cyclops looks at him, "Behold, optic blast," and he starts to charge him up with his optic blast. Charging him up, right? Just charging him up, right? And then, y'all know Bishop power. He absorbs kinetic energy, and then he releases it. What goes up must come down, you heard? He lets all the demons all around him have it. I think he says, "Come get it, punks," or something. It was a little corny what he said, but still, he still got active, and it was good to see Bishop have that moment. Because earlier in this episode, Beast confirms that he's done building his time gate, so he will be leaving soon. So it was nice to see Bishop get his get back, because he been getting smashed on for the last few episodes. But just when you thought all hell's minions were going extinct, that's when you see a demonic master mode pop up from the lava. This master mode kind of remind me of the icon of sin from Doom Eternal video game. Come on, man. It looked exactly like that damn thing. I was like, yo, where the hell is the Slayer? The Slayer about to come through and chop stuff up for real. The Slayer about to come hit him with that BFG. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But before this demonic master mode could really cause terror and wreak havoc, like an angel from the sky came down. Jean Grey, the real Jean Grey. She puts her hand on her temple saying, "This will end now!" And she's floating down, just... that's how it was, dog. I swear to God, that's how it was. She's just coming down. Shh. And as she coming down, y'all, she's shutting everything down. She like, "You might got my powers, but I'm the real thing." You know what I'm saying? She said, "Cause I'm real." Man, you know what I'm saying? She the real thing. She ain't that clone. So it was nothing for her to shut everything down. After Jean Grey does away with all the illusions, she passes out due to the strain of her power usage. Shortly after, the Goblin Queen makes an appearance, donning her all black threads with the encrusted ruby in the middle of her chest, and she taunts Cyclops. And she says, "What do you see in her? I am above the X-Men. I am forged in fire and brimstone. I am the Goblin Queen." Then she takes Cyclops' son and dares him to follow. The team gathers around Fatigue Jean, and they discuss their enemy, Mr. Sinister. Morph actually recalls a time where he fell under Mr. Sinister's control and taking the form of what he looked like after Mr. Sinister got done using him. He tells the team, I know where we can find him at, and I'm not gonna let him hurt anybody else. We cut to Mr. Sinister putting little baby Nathan in an incubator of green goop. It looks like acid. I thought the baby's skin was gonna fall off, but yes, it was an incubator full of green goop, and he is truly sinister, y'all. The X-Men arrive at Sinister's base, and they are quickly greeted by the Goblin Queen. Off the rip, she attacks Scott. Morph changes into magic. Magic from the New Mutants, the beautiful magic, the sword-wielding magic. Yes, and he says to her, I don't want to fight you, comrade. Morph tries to fend her off, using magic's attacks. But it wasn't long before he fell under her mind control and started to attack the team. Then Magneto and the Goblin Queen have a battle of metal versus telekinesis. She mocks Magneto with words like, you're a villain playing dress up as a hero. And even though this fight was brief, it was still well played out. It still felt like it mattered. To see Magneto really putting it all on the line for his team and standing up to a threat so villainous like the Goblin Queen. As she berates Magneto with her attacks out of nowhere. Behold! Optic blast! Boom! She takes one of Cyclops' optic blasts, and you know Cyclops. As soon as he hits her, he apologizes for it, y'all. This woman done took your son from you, man. You should have kept lighting her up. But anyways, back to the story. Boom! Behold! Optic blast! And then he apologizes. She looks at him, gets close to him, hugs this man, tells him don't worry, kisses him, and said, you'll bleed too. We then cut to Jean's bedside. She wakes up saying, Scott's in trouble, and then telepathically connects with him and proceeds to project the image of herself getting ready to go toe to toe with the Goblin Queen. We got the real versus the fake. Diamonds versus cubics. Superman versus Bizarro. It's going down. We're told here that the Goblin Queen was actually Phoenix and not Jean. Because you know she had to yell it at Jean. I am the Phoenix. I am this. I am the one. You stole my husband. But really, you're the fake one. What is you talking about, Ma? You bugging. I don't know if I really believe this. We gotta dig a little bit deeper. But that revelation was still good to know. Jean uses her memories, mainly the birth of her son, to free her from Mr. Sinister's control. And this is a testament to Jean just being way more savvy with her powers, knowing how to appeal to her enemy's emotions. I mean, who knows her better than her? You get what I'm saying? And we all know what a woman will do for their child. Anything. So she gets into her mind and replays the birth, y'all. Snaps that mind control. Next thing you know, the Goblin Queen extends a hand to Scott, the person that she just tried to take out, grabs his arm and says, let's go get our son back. Goblin Queen and Scott attack Mr. Sinister, quickly dropping him and retrieving their baby from the incubator. Mr. Sinister disappears into the background. He isn't seen again. Back at the mansion, they discover that Mr. Sinister was trying to make this baby invincible, but he has infected him with the techno virus, y'all. And the messed up part about it is that at this moment in time in history, there's no cure for it here. They quickly come to the conclusion that there's nothing that can help them here. Not in this time. So they agree to send their son to the future with Bishop, where they can get sufficient medication to keep their baby alive. Scott briefly objects to this because his father ran out on him and he did not want to repeat that. But it's either he goes with Bishop or he stays here and he doesn't make it. The baby must live. Goblin Queen has a brief moment with the baby before Bishop leaves. And it was pretty sad, y'all. It was pretty sad. Jean and her clone have a moment before she leaves. She tells Jean, hey, call me Madeline Pryor from now on. I must go out and make my own way in the world. Make my own memories. Jean tells her that she's always welcome here, and this is her family too. She objects, y'all. And the Goblin Queen was seen no more. We then cut to a bar where Storm is sitting there taking shots. You know, she got that yak in her cup. I think she was drinking Crown Royal or Hennessy. Storm, was you drinking Hennessy? I know you like that hen dog, Storm. But Storm was drinking that hen dog, taking shots. Forge walks up to her and says, yo, I'm here to help you get back what you lost. And that episode ends like that. My thoughts? I thought this was a great episode. My favorite so far. The switch from Jean Grey to Madeline Pryor. That attitude switch. That demeanor change. Priceless. Oh my God, I loved it. The scene where she's just morphing into herself and she's describing who she is. Fire, brimstone, the Goblin Queen. I was like, yo, I'm terrified of this woman. But damn, she looked good though. Like, I'm for real. It was horrific, but mesmerizing at the same time. This show is excellent. This show is great. X-Men 97. I will be recapping the whole season, so please stay tuned. Drop them likes, drop them comments, drop them X's in them comments, you heard? I'm giving away some hardcovers too. So please, keep watching the videos, because you never know what video I'm going to say the magic word, and whoever comments that magic word first will win the hardcover. It's your boy, Super Sean. This is Power of Comics, and I'm out.